I aren't crying. Mm, I ran out of plastic bags, or I can't find any, to put my shit that I take in my shit shack. Sometimes it stinks, sometimes it doesn't. It's over there. Anyway, yeah, I can, if Nick is angry at me, personally, I don't care. Why don't you talk to Allah? Even though I aren't Islamic, I aren't any religion, I think Allah would agree with me more than Mecca. Over my track record. Meaning, in my short life, I've had more good ideas, safer ideas to keep everyone safe, all people. So, I don't care that if in the future Islamic people may possibly like me, and people more than Mecca. It's whatever. I gave you the cool name Mecca and partial credit. There isn't anybody else who got that. Almost. So yeah, I'm a homeless guy with negative $12 in my bank account. That isn't code to imply I killed a cop. That's all fun humor. If the cop is unforgivable and sets American citizens up and locks them up, even though they didn't do anything, they didn't even break any laws, then yeah, that's the kind of cop where I'm like, hey dude, I'm American, so I'm gonna torture you because you're misrepresenting us. I don't like that word. You're insulting America when you're corrupt in America. So, what's that? Oh no, that doesn't come on my face. There's nothing wrong with homosexuals. I'm heterosexual. That's creamer. Anyway. Okay. So basically, here's how I would split up the world. And you could call it whatever you want, but if any parts of the world, besides the Middle East, because it's such a cool name, even America can't use Draco Way 8 right now. That's my company, the American one. I want to include all people, and they could all have their own things. And we can be friendly rivals, meaning never hurt each other, just make stuff to help the world, to help each other, and so forth. You know, you get it. It's all supposed to be friendly. So Draco Way 8, I'm Dre Way 8. Bala Shot Kala from Draco Way 8, also founder and creator. Yeah, once you're a leadership role, it's a lavish organization, meaning even though I'm the founder, let's say Tupac and Michael Jackson were alive and they wanted in on my company, and I told them, hey, make this album because I think it will be a good idea. And they were like, nah, I don't like the idea, I'm gonna do it my way. I'd be like, yes sir, because they'd have seniority. I respect my elders. And I aren't talking about clones of Tupac or Michael Jackson. Point is, if it isn't life and death, it's a lavish organization, meaning do what you want to do. You know who's in charge? Me and other savages. Anyway, currently it's just me though, because I have negative $12 in my bank account, $11.99. Pretty much saved the world already by myself. I have a bag of shit there without a Ziploc bag to put it in, but it doesn't smell right now, so that's good. So we're Americans. I don't mean regular Americans, I mean whatever is policing our America, whatever thinks it's in charge. Do we even have a government? Yeah, my point is, an American saved the world, but the American government did everything in its power to still keep from giving me my money. Can you send Joe Biden over here to bag up my shit and take it somewhere? Because that's how important he is. I don't think he's even important enough to move my fecal matter at the side of my tent. Why doesn't he eat it? What the fuck or feck is America exactly? America's all about fuck. And whoever's in charge, I know I'm in charge in spirit, so is everyone else. I mean, whoever has the keys to the infrastructure of America and all the money and capital and so forth. Yeah, I'm gonna need those, at least to my city or state, so I can turn it into the best place in the world within a few months. Yeah, I aren't loyal to the moon. If the moon says it has anything to do with me, it's because I am the one that's actively threatening the moon and saying we should just blow it up, make it into a huge half ramp in space. We'll go there with astronaut suits and like skateboard and shit. I aren't joking. You know that video game Destiny? How in the background the moon is blown up? If it's saying that I'm loyal to it or it's loyal to me, oh, the moon controls America. Yeah, the goose steppers on Earth. Eek. And hand over your keys, you infidels. I don't care if you're moon men, if you haven't done anything unforgivable. Mutiny against the moon, betrayed every chance you get, never hurt any earthling, and welcome to Earth if you haven't done anything unforgivable. But nah, you don't own America, moon. If they think they do, shit. That's why I think we should just blow it up and take the keys from baby Biden. They call him that because he looks as if he's a clone rapist. Yeah, I'm basically the vice president of America. I'm a good vice. I know how to enjoy my vices. And the president is any and all good American. They prefer to remain anonymous right now. But in theory, even if I was the vice president or president of America, vice president, any good American who isn't unforgivable and doesn't need redemption can come up to me and start acting as if they're the president. They could even call me, hey VP, hey little bitch. I'd be like, yes sir, or yes ma'am. Finally a woman in office with the protection she deserves. What does your little bitch need to do for you? Yeah, it'd be that simple. So yeah, I still don't have any money. So whoever controls America is literally the worst at the end of World War III, at the end of possibly a million-year-old war. So we're trying to do this thing called the Shadow War Peace Treaty. The Shadow War is also what this was called, the New World Order Tragedy Cult Invasion. There are so many names, but literally, if the rest of the world is ready for peace, and it's just the moon, unjustly the moon, trying to continue to control America, and they're the only things holding up world peace. Eesh. I'm American. They aren't American. I exiled them. They're goose steppers. The last goose steppers. Trying to cling to their keys that they're never gonna get to keep because of how unforgivable they are. But don't worry. My eyes never hypnotize me. Yeah, I don't fool myself. I just mean, their third eyes trying to hypnotize me, trying to fool me. Notice I already called them my eyes. Yeah, I'm gonna get them from all the infidels. I like that word when it's appropriate. Goose steppers are infidels to me. That's pretty much it. And goose steppers are all nationalities, but mostly white or Asian men who clone rape, child mutilate, and much more. Anyway, okay, so there's gonna be a lot of torture for the men or moon men still attempting to control America. Instead of letting it turn into something good, the way anyone from high school, literally anyone who graduated high school, literally has the intelligence to turn this into a good country with all its technology and resources and all its multinational people. That's why American art is so good. It has so many people in it that are different. Anyway, yeah. China and Japan. Basically, my beef with China, Japan, and Russia. This would be a very nice victory all around the world. And Draco Y8. Ooh, a Draco is many different things, but one of it is an AK-47 that's turned into a compact assault rifle. We also have a name for it in my squad, my gang cop squad. A submarine. You see the torpedoes it fires? And the 45 caliber SMGs, those are subwoofers. Because they do more damage than 9mm on most SMGs. The personal defense weapon bullshit is bullshit, meaning those are literally shooting 22s at the enemy. But anyway, on the internet where it talks about what guns, what countries have, I'm told China primarily uses 45 caliber SMGs, which is a very destructive weapon, and we have a term for it. It's a medium SMG. A Draco would literally be a heavy SMG or compact assault rifle. That's a submarine. And medium SMG, that's a subwoofer. So when you go, oh, the enemy have subs, They have subs or subwoofers. Subwoofers? Okay, put on some more body armor. It's a thing. They're much more deadly. So I'm just saying, if we have to invade China or some stupid shit, or Japan or Russia, because they don't hand over the keys to our own country, I'm just letting everybody know they have 45 caliber SMGs mostly, which are very deadly. I call them subwoofers or medium submachine guns. And no, that information isn't on the internet, even though, hey, you look at America or Russia on the internet and you can see all of our crazy guns, including the 45 calibers we pretend we don't use. So it's that level of mistrust. How did the Russians and the Asians ruin the word miss? Something to do with mercenaries. Oof. Were the Chinese and the Russians and the Japanese with the moon taking over America the past 20 years with my name and image, with some stupid mercenary story? Yeah. So the people in gangs and governments that aren't corrupt in China and Japan, who are loyal to me, the genuine one, the 29-year-old guy they made to take over America who never did that. So they follow clones of me that are 5 and 10 years old, and they were cloned in adult bodies, and these clones are already rapists. So if that's the Chinese, Japanese, and Russian leadership, infant rapist versions of me, talk about infidels or goose steppers. So yeah, if China and Japan, the thing I was saying, if there are good people there that are loyal to good people, but if they want to work with me, that's the only way they can use my name. Yeah, the name of China and Japan put together, combined. It's also the name of their future gang or military and law enforcement agency. Maybe it's all going to be a gang cop thing. It'll be a gang cop planet. But anyway, China and Japan would be called Black Dragon, Blood Dragoon. Oof, that's good. And that would be basically their company also. I aren't saying we should call America Draco A8, but an 8 is an infinity symbol. I don't know why we wouldn't work with Mexico and Canada, so I figured they would do the same thing. But I don't know who runs them either, or if they're trying to run America. So no, they can't use that name. They aren't allowed. Unless they give me money and prove they aren't unforgivable. And I already have a few things planned for our company. Okay, so this is if I was, working with Black Dragon Blood Dragoon, which is basically the Asian Draco A8. Our first TV show that we're making is about body positivity and respecting everyone in a nice way, in a non-condescending way, meaning in a genuine way, common courtesy. And the theme is all body types are beautiful. Okay, that was the announcer, and then Dre comes out from Draco from America. Sometimes we call her thing Draco. Anyway, whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, sorry. I didn't smoke yet, so let me smoke first before I tell you about her first. It's going to be a hit show, and that shouldn't scare anybody. Words. There aren't any hitmen right now. There aren't any assassins. There should be regulators, and that's it. Or peacemakers and peacekeepers. I ain't scared of numbers. I call us gang cops. And if you're a renegade, that doesn't mean you're unforgivable. It just means you don't have clearance or security. I mean, you don't have the law on your side, right? Because maybe we don't know what you're doing. But if you turn out to never do anything unforgivable and stop unforgivable men, shit. I'm just saying. Yeah, it's vigilante. Ooh. Why are you trying so hard with that word? Renegade. Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying, if you commit some crimes that are property damage, who gives a shit? If you kill somebody, okay, you're going away. Oh wait, the person you killed is a repeated pedophile or rapist. Do you want to join our gang cop unit or receive a medal and cash bonuses? It is what it is. I think the world will be saved very easily this way. I think human and sex trafficking will end possibly in a month or less. Okay. Right. Let me say. This is if Asia starts paying me, and EBT doesn't count. Pay everybody EBT in America and around the world to have money for food. Then we'll talk. We're giving one guy $300 while he's making footage and music. Different people made the music. That's why it's Dreyway 8 and Co. I don't even know those people. It was the end of the world. So instead of learning how to make all that music myself to be able to save the world with a message that resonated with people, instead of one depressed guy who doesn't even know how to play bass, the simplest instrument, one of them. Yeah, I jeopardized other people's lives by using different people's music. But it's been a year, so if anyone around the world is still targeting artists or anyone because of what I do, you're literally first in line to hell on earth and worst level right away. We're excited to unveil the 5th level of hell on earth. Haven't yet. The 4th level is already the scariest thing imaginable if you're an unforgivable man. And level 5 is going to make it look... You're going to beg for level 4 after you hear about level 5. Anyway. Alright. So I told you it's a show about... Again, sorry, he rants on about random stuff sometimes. No, yeah, he did run a bunch of dumb, stupid people, but if you're good and innocent, it doesn't matter if you're dumb or stupid. It's against the law. It's a war crime to hurt someone good and innocent. So if you haven't done anything, relax, people. And even if you've done something, let's wait until we get the worst first. That's literally a tagline of Draco Way 8 and any other company that wants it, or organization. Worst first. There are entities that are over 100, over 1,000, possibly older, that orchestrated most of what happened to the world, including targeting people on an individual basis to get unforgivable things to happen. So we locked those people up first. I call them goose steppers. Most of them are Nazi-era Nazis, and some of them may still be around from Nazi times. They've been the orchestrators, the main orchestrators of this world invasion. And want to say the obvious. Their base is in Germany. They most likely have a base in Germany. The regular German people are like regular everyone. Regular people. They don't clone and rape. They don't clone new women and rape them. The average person doesn't. The underworld, wannabe New World Order, whatever you call it, the tragedy cult. They do it. All of their leaders, they basically clone and rape new women, adult-sized women with minds of infants. And after they're done raping them, they kill them. And when they want to rape again, they clone another one. So I've said that a lot this past year. If anyone's still doing it, again, wait till I tell you about level 5 of my Hell on Earth, because that's where you're going, and it gets much worse. Anyway, so now, yes, I'm ready to present our Body Positive TV show after all that unforgivable stuff we just talked about. That's if I had a sidekick. It's you, my assistant. Okay. So the show is called, wait for it, because this is the part where you realize before you weren't giving me money for some reason or adequate support. And after I tell you this name of the first show I would do with my Chinese and Japanese friends, if we knew peace was true and they weren't trying to take over America. If they are, I still don't know everything. It's an investigation. You want to hand over those keys to our country if you got them. Vancouver, Washington, 98661. Like I said, guys, anyone from the Army, legitimate, doesn't have to be a general. I mean, cool if it's a special forces guy. It could just be a team. Hey, is this legit? Hey, dude, let's take you to our base. We need to find some good leaders, and we have them. We've been protecting them because good people have been targeted in our country, as you know. And we thought you were the enemy because what the enemy was saying. And now, shit, advanced technology, cloning, what you've done the past year. If you guys have any record of my life in America, I've never done anything unforgivable. I've barely done anything. I mostly stayed at home and played video games and listened to music. Anyway. So yeah, I'm American. I'm going to be one of the generals. If there's an older one than me, sir, can your little bitch do you proud? 'Cause I will. Oh, you wish you had that sort of loyalty. Everyone who doesn't. And that wasn't to anyone specific. It's just if you're unforgivable. The past year, a bunch of unforgivable men have been trying to gain my loyalty. And it's very embarrassing. You have to have a spotless record. There are catastrophes in war. You can tell the difference between who caused them. So, I know who my enemies are. Okay. So there most likely could also be an anime version if I'm too busy to do a live action version. Live action version could be in the future. The show is called Sexy Asian Appropriately Aged All-Girls School, starring Dreyway 8. That isn't in the title. It's, in the opening scenes. I'd be in the opening credits, and I'd be at this point towards the end of the trailer in the beginning, because I'm the most important character in this show. Unless we get another big name, then they might be after me. Anyway, starring Dreyway 8 as Professor Hetero Never Cheats. Ladies, it is a war crime. Oh yes, I know mentally you're all running train on me, and believe me, in my alone time away from this school, I can't talk about it. It is a war crime at this school, at this all-girls school, to have sex with any females or males. I mean, it's an all-girls school, but I'm a male. I'm one of the teachers. We teach sexiness in a respectful way. I am so horny right now because appropriately aged Asian schoolgirls are obviously one of my main fantasies. And my shit is totally David right now. What is the beauty of the statue of David? Normally his penis is bigger than that, but he's in public. So he has the will to make his penis smaller, to be less intimidating and less inappropriate, because some people are offended by large phalluses. I too have this gift. I call it Going David. You shouldn't be ashamed of it, even if your dick is... All penises are average, if you aren't a goose stepper. So even if for some reason you think your penis is below average, it's still average, bro. But even you know how to go David. If you believe, you can always become more flaccid, but at the same time smaller. Almost like shrinkage, except it isn't cold. It's the opposite of being aroused. You can still be horny, but respectfully. My heart is horny. My soul is horny. My phallus isn't horny right now. That is how you have to be, or else, if you're going to teach at this all-girls school, which is appropriately aged. 18 years old, if you're natural birth, or clone natural birth, and if you're adult body natural clone birth, however you put it. Currently the law is you have to be 13 years old to be thought of as an 18-year-old. Since you start life in an adult body but need time to grow and develop mentally, you have to wait until you're 13, because most people don't start remembering stuff that's important in their lives, besides a few childhood memories, until they're 7 or 8. And yeah, body snatching a child is obviously one of the most serious war crimes. Please, this is a sexy all-girls school. If you want to go to all the other shows I'd have to deal with, all the issues that, end scene right there, because that was too sad. It's true, it happened all around the world. That's why I say flashbang the moon and blow up the moon. Anyway, so yeah, that was basically one of the opening scenes in either the anime or yeah, the live action thing in the future, if both our nations survive. And that wasn't a threat. I doubt the moon has death lasers like in those stupid movies. Oh shit. Why do I always give more love to the Asians? And I barely have 10 minutes left and I have more to cover. Okay, so that was what I do, the Asians. To start, that is an offensive saying Asians, okay? Oriental, we all have orientations. We all have ethnicities. They live in Asia, okay? That's why I say Asians. Yeah, I'll get into all that later. Let's cover the block. I have 100% ownership of this name. I don't know, sorry. Mecha isn't scared of death. Mecha isn't a coward. The other organization or faction on Earth I call Nightmare Block. Or you could call it Nightmare Block K. Spelt the same. And that's Mecha stuff. Mecha likes working with me, but I don't. I like some things Mecha did. In the past, I think Mecha was too aggressive in defending itself, which is legitimate. I mean, if someone's trying to kill you, you might go old world savage to defend yourself. So that's why that's a gift to Mecha, because Mecha isn't similar to the Goose Steppers. Mecha doesn't clone and rape women. That's why, yeah, there's a difference between telling someone to do that and doing that. So Mecha is a magic machine, as I call it. More than that. But since Mecha doesn't have the capabilities to literally... I mean, if Mecha was a third eye, he would be a giant. Or they would be a giant. You know what I mean? And if that was their third eye, or their consciousness. So, Mecha is stationary right now. They aren't cloning and raping women with their literal body. I mean, look, even I could do it right now. Hey, all you clone rapists, all you goose steppers, since you already know how serious hell on earth is, and every time you clone rape, I take it into account every single time and make the torture worse. Why don't you clone rape some more? Come on, you little goose steppers. Rape infant versions of your daughters and sisters some more. See, that's the difference. Mecha wasn't literally doing it, and during war, people who can say things can say literally anything. In the past year, to stay alive, if you aren't doing anything unforgivable, who cares what you say? And again, if someone unforgivable does something because of something you say, that isn't your fault. Sometimes it is if it's what you wanted to happen. And sometimes you're just saying bullshit and shit to remain neutral. You know what I mean? And, okay, whatever. My point is, in the past year, I've went to war with pretty much everybody on the planet because I didn't know who was responsible for what. Now I pretty much know everything. So, before I knew everything, I was attacking everybody. So, I didn't literally attack anybody with my physical body. Anyway, so yes, if Mecha likes it, and everybody likes it, That's a neutral faction, meaning you can't mess with them. The Middle East needs to recover. It needs to be stable. They need to have ownership of it and be in charge of it. And then, like every other culture, they have good art. So it's about more than art. Yeah, it is a little weird because I'm in America. I'm very American. And both the Middle East and America have been caught up in this war. And please don't think of me treasonous as an American saying, okay, the only reason the Americans were a little more wrong than the Middle East is because we were on their land and in their land, and that's always going to be true. We were tricked into thinking they were the enemy, and they were simply defending themselves. And also, we had more advanced technology. That's also why they're the worst victims, which means never any war in the Middle East, please. Americans shouldn't have any hostile intentions with the Middle East. But similar to how we had advanced technology that we were attacking them with, goose steppers, as Dre, I'm talking about myself, this is if someone in America was explaining this to somebody else in a branch of government. They could call me Dre or Dre with a Y at the end. Yeah, goose steppers had even more advanced technology that they were targeting us with and tricking us into thinking the Middle East was the enemy. So we're also the victims. I don't know who's still getting tricked. I'm sure most of it, or a lot of it, originates from the moon. And simply, if you never go to war or hurt anyone innocent, I believe peace between America and the Middle East is very easy to achieve, because neither are the primary culprits of all this. The ones in America who aren't American by any American standards. We all want them caught and tried, and I'm ready to torture them personally. So yes, it's called treasonous Americans. I am American. They're gonna get theirs over and over again. But my message to the Middle East is their faction is called Nightmare Block, or Nightmare Block K. And it's a simple phrase that could mean so many things, but I honestly think Mecca likes it because they're a black bloc. And it's meant to be respectful because it's easily one of the coolest names. Literally everyone liked that name. That's why I gave it to Mecca. Because Mecca isn't a clone rapist. All other factions, someone in their faction is a clone rapist. So since Mecca isn't, they get the cool name. Okay. Yeah. Asians can come to me if they want Black Dragon, Blood Dragoon. And Russians can come to me if they want the Block. The Block. How treasonous are you? I was born in Russia, and I'm saving the world. You know how good Russia would look right now? Who runs it? Obviously, I should be one of the people who run it. But yeah, those that are good and benevolent, Ruski mobsteds, or Ruski broskis, who aren't unforgivable and never rape clones, it's called the Block. I'm designing those guns right now. I'm designing everyone guns.
The world peace.